Alrighty, traders. So that is a wrap for the week. What an amazing week, guys. Big breakout on silver, big breakout on the mining sector today. Oil is actually holding up quite nicely as well too. A bit of an update across all the markets that's going on right now for you. Traders, I've opened up 2 more spots to my coaching program. If you do need really, as you can see from the last couple of videos I talked about with Ethereum as well too, I will touch on that in this video. That I know I can help you out. Okay, if you've been struggling with the markets for a while now, especially for a few years or more, then I know I can help you out. Okay, you really need some coaching, you need some guidance around how to think about, how to approach these, the system, the strategies, the understandings, and so much more. So I've opened up 2 spots, guys, to my Inner Circle coaching program, where I'll be literally coaching you every single day, sometimes up to an hour every day, helping you and coaching you and guiding you. So if that's for you guys, I've opened up 2 spots. That I think it's the 3rd link in the description. That's to a link to an application form. Click on that, and then next week I'll be able to talk to you when you actually book the time I'll book at. And then we'll have a good chat about me actually helping you out from there. But as you can see, guys, like there's so much opportunity around these markets, and by you not knowing this, you are literally missing out right now on a lot of money right now, because you don't know what you're doing, you don't know what you're looking out for. So let's actually start off with the good old oil market today. And the oil market right now is still holding strong. So the big thing that I was talking about this week with oil is right now, regardless of what we can insert or imprint into our thesis around drill baby drill, Trump, war, Ukraine, we can insert a lot of theories around why a market should be doing what it's going to do, right? We can insert that. Now, the big thing around the markets is that is a theory, but what we can go on is we can go on a fact about what the market is actually doing. And what I mean by that is that if we have a look at this here, you can see we have a low, a higher low, and a higher low. So right now, the buyers are still in control of oil. We're not in a downward trend. We would need to see it break this level here. We would need to see it start to break below $64 now for this upward trend to be over. Okay, so we need low, and higher low for that there. So we're in a big up move. So the big thing I'm noticing for when it comes down to the oil market is that if we do start to really sort of squeeze up and get a big breakout through here, then one of the things that I'm seeing is that there could be a real big breakout coming soon on the oil market. So far, right now, I was wondering to see what would actually happen with this down candle here. Does this down candle start this move? And as you can see, the very next day came right back up and closed up above through there. So there's a lot of bullishness, a lot of strength behind the oil market right now. And it looks like we're starting to continue, or we're continuing to see that move up from there. Let's go have a look at the stock market here. Stock market is continuing to be really elevated, but we're starting to what's called slow down. Okay, we're starting to slow in the market here. Let me explain what I mean here. There's a thing called, again, traders, I can teach you so much about these markets, but let me explain something here. There's a thing called strength. There's a strength in markets, and then there's a slowing in markets. Right? So think of about like you know what a roller coaster does, right? What does a roller coaster do? Chugga, 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 and then guess what happens? And then it starts to slow down a little bit on that, and then it's like and then it comes back down. Right? I call it the roller coaster pattern. Well, this is coming up, slowing down, and then we get the drop, right? Well, this is what the market does as well too. So the market does this as well too. So when looking at this market here, and we're looking at what we're seeing through here, we can see this here, right? Look at this here. So the market goes up through here, but notice how when the market's gone up, but then it starts to go like that through there. See the different angle? This is called slowing, right? Now we never know how long the slowing price is going to happen, but if we've been going up like the roller coaster, strong through there, and then we start to go through this angle, there's a high probability we're going to get what? You see that through there, right? Look what happened just recently. Strong. And then we started to slow down a little bit, and then we had at least a little bit of a short-term drop out of this. because we started to be more of a like a flag formation going upwards, and this is now called slowing in price. The buys are slowing down now. So if I bring you back to the context of what's happening now, is I believe we're starting to, let's have a look at the NASDAQ and the Dow Jones. No, so definitely the S&P 500 and all that sort of stuff. We're starting to get that motion right now. Okay, meaning we had this strong move up from here, but notice how we're starting to get, see how the angle's already starting there. So I wouldn't be too surprised. We may do this for another few weeks, but then I expect that, and then I expect that out of the S&P 500 market from there. So I hope that makes sense from there. Let's go check out the good old Ethereum. And as you can see, Ethereum has definitely broken out, guys, to the upside. And I actually see a lot more upside coming out of Ethereum. It may not happen straight away, but the reason why I'm saying this here is there's a lot of different things that I can talk about here. But the thing about Ethereum is we have a low and we have a higher low, right? And we're breaking back up. We did get this sort of V bottom formation. Look at here, strong down and strong back up. Okay. Now, on the back of what I'm just saying here, guys, if you are not part of my coaching program and you fully understand why I do what I do, then if you are taking a trade based off a YouTube video, you are a moron. Don't do that. Right? Don't do that. It's not like you want to treat this seriously, right? You want to be a professional trader. You want to be part of the top 1%. Well, do what the 1% do. They know their strategies. They know why they're getting into things. Don't just listen to I'm seeing so many people watch my YouTube video and it's like, should I get into silver now, John? It's like, what are you doing? Don't. Use these videos as education. If you're placing money in the markets based off a YouTube video, that's not smart. That's gambling. Oh, let's just see if this thing works. That's not long-term successful trading. Long-term successful trading is when I'm looking at trades, they're based off my system I use every day. I'm not looking to get into a trade today, then tomorrow I'm trading something else, and next week I'm trading something else. Like, no, that's not how you have a good successful year. Right? So be smart about this. Do not be placing a trade based off, especially my videos, right? It's like, no, it's not the right thing to do. It's just, it's crazy. So take it as more like education and put the pieces together. And I even give you away free training to help you with the trading system. But yeah, I just want to make that very, very clear. But anyway, looking at Ethereum right now is we are breaking to the upside, and it does look like we're about to see a nice move back up towards the 4,000 level when it comes to the Ethereum market, right? So really, really, really nice break up today. Big break up today. Again, I've been talking about Ethereum now for quite some time, for the last few weeks. And I do see there's probably going to be a lot more upside to come. Now, we may actually get a bit of a pullback here, guys. I wouldn't be too surprised to maybe see now a bit of a pullback through here somewhere like that, and then maybe continue up. And there's a lot of reasons why I see that, but that's what I'm seeing right now when it comes to that through there. Now, moving on now through to a few other markets. So uranium is still potentially setting up. Uranium actually had a beautiful, let me bring this up to here. Right, uranium's actually had a beautiful breakout of this level from here. So if I go down to this chart here, there could be a really, really, really nice. We probably need a bit more of a sideways phase. We need more of a pullback. We've had too much. We've had a very big move here, so we need a nice little pullback here for a good few weeks, possibly even a month, before looking at any type of trading from there as well. So let's go back to here. We can see SLV big breakout today. As you know, I've been focusing on SLV quite some time. Big breakout today, and actually two really big volume spikes. A volume spike yesterday, and also a volume spike today as well too. In that through there, as you can see, right? So we can actually see that through there. So silver looks like if it does continue, and we see this thing here, we could be getting ready for a move back up towards that. What's that, around that 43 level to 44 level, maybe even 45 level. So this actually could be getting ready for a nice move back to the upside from there. And then also we can go down to look at some of the silver mining sector. This is SIL. So SIL, a nice update today with volume today. So SIL could be getting ready for a nice move up. I do see we've got a little bit of resistance here around this level through here, as you can see on my weekly charts here. There's actually a little bit of a resistance through here, resistance, and then resistance. So that may have a bit of a problem through there, but if we can break up through there, then we're probably going to start to make our way back up towards the $80 level from there as well too. We could also see the SIL as well. So this is the SIL from there. SIL, nice breakout today as well too on the SIL. Nice big volume increase. So there's a high probability now we're about to start to see this thing start to take off. This is this is the SIL here, and this is the SILJ. Nice big volume increases. So we should start to see this thing start to have some quite nice movement in the markets, and possibly a really nice move back to the upside. And the SIL next major resistance is just up through there around 19, the SILJ. But the SIL, as you can see, potentially over the next coming weeks, we potentially have a really nice move to the upside. On a sort of bare minimum basis, what I see happening here is if I do a 1-to-1 projection from there to there and project that from there to there, we're possibly going to get to around that level from there. So we may have on a target level, it's got about a 10 to 15% move to the upside before maybe we hit that first target. But then we're probably going to pause and and all that sort of stuff as well too. So over the next, I would say next two to 4 months, maybe even longer, we could possibly start getting towards that $80 level from there as well too. And the last thing I really want to sort of share with you guys is USO. I've been really watching USO quite strongly, and which is connected to oil. And you can actually see that we're still really holding here quite strongly. And I'm really watching to see what actually happens here, because there's a low there, high, low, high, low. So that's the low, high, low, high, low. If oil does start to make a way back up and we get a breakout, that's going to be a big breakout from there. And if that happens, then there could be a really, really, really big move here. So the last thing I want to sort of point out to you guys is, as you can see, there's literally so much opportunities out here in the marketplace. Whether it's my Ethereum trade or the silver mining sector or silver or many other markets out there, there's most opportunities. There's so many opportunities out there, right? But do you know every single one of these trades meets my trading rules, right? I'm not guessing with this here. It's not just a matter of a guess. And so if you don't know what you're doing, right, you are literally missing out on so much money from these markets because you don't even know what you're doing. Your ignorance and the way that you're approaching these markets is, you probably see me do talk about silver and talk about the mining sector and talk about Ethereum and all that sort of stuff, but that's not a guess. It's not me saying, oh, let me just try this out. It's the way that I trade every single day. When I talked about my Groupon trade or my Platinum trade, it's all the same type of rules that I'm using, right? It's nothing new. And so therefore, I want to sort of point that out to you guys, that I'm seeing most of you guys, you're not really following any type of system, right? And you're wondering why you're not doing well overall. And there's a thing we called want to do and need to do. You want to just trade every single day and do all that sort of stuff. What you need to do is follow a strategy. And that's where the discipline comes involved with it. So anyway, traders, that's it for me today. Have an amazing weekend.